Trust in leadership is so important, and here are 3 ways to know if your employees do not trust you. The first thing is they're never coming to you when you know that they're drowning. You may have employees on your team and you're like, you know what, I've provided so much training and support for this person, and for some reason, they're just not getting it. Here's the problem with that. A lot of leaders make this mistake. They always assume what certain employees need to be trained on instead of asking them. A lot of times you may put together all these trainings for the week and your employees may be thinking, well, that's not really what I need to be trained on. I have been struggling and I'm drowning in these 2 areas over here. Please train me here, but guess what? They're not going to come to you because they don't trust you anyway. Right? So now you risk a bunch of employees on your team either leaving or they just continue to fail until they get fired because they don't trust you enough to say that they need help. The second thing is you may have employees who come and they do the absolute minimum. I always used to tell leaders, listen, you know that you have a really tight team. When people show up because they want to and not because they absolutely need to, because you need to pay check. You have people that come in, they go over and beyond because they believe that you have their best interests at hand, right? So those are your ride or dies. Those are your right-hand people who you can always count on. But that doesn't always happen when you have a bunch of people on your team who do not trust anything that you say. And that leads to my third point. When you know people don't trust you, there's always friction. One, because they don't believe anything that you ever have to say, so they're always looking for outside verification of what you said. Okay, what she just told me, is that true? You know, because I don't really think that she knows what she's doing. So is that really true? Or you may have people who everything you tell them to do, they're doing the total opposite. You tell them to go left, they go right. You say 1, they say 2. You say A, they say B. And it's because they really do not trust anything that you have to say. So now it causes them to feel like they always know better. And here's the flip side of that. You know, when it comes to leadership, you have to be able to humble yourself because a lot of leaders do not know everything, and you have some strong people in your team who may know more than you, and that is the best situation to always be in because leaders should always be learning anyway. But if you have anybody on your team and you're experiencing any of these things, you may have to take a step back and look at your leadership style and say, wait a minute, am I prejudging my team? Am I assuming where they need help? Maybe I need to start from scratch and start building those relationships again, because the worst thing to do is have to be interviewing every single week for no absolute reason. Let me know your thoughts.